Hello, my loves. Thank you so much for those of you who were able to make it to today's Tuesday Live. I will always try to see you every Monday at 5:30, but sometimes life happens, and rather than skip a week, I felt that this was the best solution. And for those of you that have reached out to me about what was going on, we always have more room for prayers, healing energy, and positive vibes, and appreciate them deeply. Thank you. It is an issue that sadly will be ongoing for some time. So deeply appreciate all the positive thoughts. So to begin with today's live about the energetic components of weight, in addition to the mental and emotional triggers, there are also energetic triggers to being over your healthiest weight. Many people who are naturally empathic, like healers, teachers, coaches, counselors, spiritualists, foster parents, animal care providers, child care workers, prison guards, social workers, and many others, who may not have ever been abused or mistreated, as we talked about last week, well, they can also carry weight for less understood reasons. And one of them is the energetic depletion that they feel, that is sometimes called compassion fatigue. It's an experience that happens when a person or people that we work with draw energy from us in an effort to understand, be understood, be healed, be cared for, feel safe, etc. Now, this is most commonly done unconsciously by them. They are people that simply draw from us as they are desperate to learn and receive what we have. They want our knowledge, our sense of peace, our healing, our love, our safety, or even simply our calm and contentment. They don't intend to drain or deplete us. They simply can't help it because we're so tasty. I was once told that being around me was addictive, like taking energetic morphine. I am sure those of you watching have also been told, "You're such a great listener. I wish I could record what you say. I always feel better when I'm around you. I wish we could spend the day together. No one helps me like you do," and things like that. Because you too are tasty. Primarily because you might be people pleasers or struggle with something called codependency, and that means it's very difficult for you to say no when you're asked for something that drains you or pushes you past your comfort zone. You may hold someone else's happiness at a greater value than your own and are willing to consciously or unconsciously give of yourself in a way that leaves nothing, or even less than nothing, left. And for those of you that care too much, as it were, you may find by the time you get home that you're so exhausted that you can barely function. And what you need is more energy, but what you reach for is food. Eating in and of itself is very grounding. It makes us feel embodied if we're paying attention. If we're not, it's a good distraction from our thoughts and feelings. What we eat obviously makes a difference as well. When we're eating after a particularly draining experience, we're seeking to replenish the energy we've given away, which, by the way, doesn't even have to be in person. It could be over the phone or Zoom. As an example, I want you to close your eyes and imagine someone who you think is particularly draining. I'll give you a minute. Got it? Okay. Now imagine being on the phone with them for 2 hours. By the time you hang up, you might feel like you're ready for a nap. You're so exhausted. Ever happen? You might feel like you just got done running a marathon and all you did was talk on the phone. Well, this is because energy transcends space and time. You don't have to be in the same room with the person, proven by the example I just gave you. Some people can drain you when you're not even near them physically. When you're done with the phone call, you might feel like a snack or a nap, and you are trying to replenish the energy that you weren't even noticing was draining from you. If you're angry, in addition to being exhausted, it's possible that you could reach for something that has an addictive quality to it. Cigarettes, alcohol, caffeine, sugar, starch, something that will give you a physical sensation of being in your body along with a bit of a rush to calm your emotions. Whatever you choose to eat, it is also likely that you will eat more than your body needs physically. Again, because your body doesn't need to replenish the physical energy of sitting on the phone. It really needs to replenish the psychic energy, and food cannot do that. What it does instead is distract you, especially the tastier you find it, which often means the less healthy it is. And the more you desire distraction, the more you might find another to go along with it, like scrolling on your phone, playing a game, watching a show, and before you know it, that bag of whatever is empty, and you're still somehow hungry, even while stuffed. Have you ever felt that way? Full but still hungry? Sometimes it's because you're not eating something nutritious. You're satisfying your mouth instead of your body. But sometimes it's because you're not replenishing the energy that was taken. You're just filling the body with food. And by the way, if being someone that people love to be around and being a people pleaser, I highly recommend that you look up the book Codependent No More by Melody Beattie. I think you can find it on Amazon for like $10. It could change your life. So now we're going to talk about the darker side of being a caretaker, best friend, daughter, son, coworker, teacher, guide, etc. There are some people that have never learned how to replenish their own energy from source, creator, nature, and other forms of limitless replenishing and giving energy, which human beings are not limitless. These people can be takers of your energy intentionally. Some have even referred to them as psychic vampires. They are often some of those same people who leave you feeling so incredibly depleted by a simple phone call. So why is that? Well, perhaps they refuse to listen. Instead, they might rave on about their suffering, or they're constantly arguing on behalf of their limitations. Perhaps they have narratives that they refuse to release. Perhaps they are people who see it as their right to take from you because of your relationship with them. If you have to work with them regularly as clients or patients or family, you might be putting on excess weight or be unable to remove weight because your body is trying to create a physical buffer between you and them. A way to shield you from what they're taking in order to keep giving without feeling drained beyond what you can replace or repair. This person could even be someone in your home or at your job. And you have to learn how to shield from them. Shielding your energy is a legitimate thing that can help you not only feel replenished and restored, but also keep you from feeling depleted and needing to eat to fill that void. There are many books out there that describe this type of work, but I'm also well versed in it and happy to assist you. So if you want, schedule a free session with me and I'll give you some explanations and some tools and tips. In addition to adults and psychic vampires, children can often be vampiric with their needs. Now, not intentionally, but if you understand that since the time they were born, or in the case of women, while they were being built, they have looked to us for their sustenance and nurturance. They will take your energy like you're a juice box and they're the straw. They don't do it to be unkind or to hurt us, but they simply don't know yet how to replenish their own energy or soothe their own distress. So we are all they have and all they know when it comes to feeling better. We generally don't have shields between ourselves and our children, so it's even harder to protect ourselves from feeling drained and eating to recover it. I want you guys to give me a thumbs up in the chat if you have ever waited for your child to be asleep to wind down with wine and snacks. So, now I'm not suggesting that we be unavailable for them. In fact, I would suggest the exact opposite. Give them as much energy as you possibly can so they can feel full, and then teach them how to replenish that energy on their own. Teach them how to take care of themselves age appropriately so they feel supported and strong in the choices they make, so they'll continue to make them and grow in their own ability to self-nurture as they age. And this helps them become the type of people that we do love to be around, the ones that make us feel better instead of just more exhausted. So, I hope this helps you understand why you might be putting on weight to keep a buffer between you and those that drain you, and or be unable to lose weight when you feel like you're doing everything you can and it's not working. Do you have children in your home? Do you have someone else in your home or at your workplace who is a bit of a taker? Well, as I mentioned in part 1, the mental and emotional components of weight, I'm not here to suggest a diet or an exercise program for you. What my hope by sharing this wisdom is that you'll begin to understand that you are in many ways trying to protect yourself and your energy from what you see or feel as unsafe or depleting in your environment. How do you recover? Well, you need to focus on feeling safe, shielding, and in some cases, perhaps even letting some people go out of your life. And in doing so, you may find yourself feeling lighter and no longer needing to eat until you feel full, yet still somehow feel empty. Well, I love you all so much. Feel free to connect with me via Calendly and schedule some time to chat if you need more help. Next Monday's talk will be about self-care, self-indulgence, and soul care, and what the differences are. And hopefully that will help you learn how to replenish your energy in ways that don't involve food. Now I'll go to the chat and see if there's any questions I can answer, and see if anybody was able to make it here on Mind Body Mondays on a Tuesday. So I will put this link for Calendly in the chat. You can contact me for a free transformation breakthrough session, and I can give you some personal and direct suggestions to help you find ways to shield your energy, replenish your energy, and let go of the weight you might be using to keep other people at bay. So, I love you, and until I see you again, take care of yourself for me. And thank you for coming. Janice, I see you. Thank you for showing up, and I'm glad you were able to find me. Susan, I'm so glad you were able to show up as well. I know you had asked some questions about energetic weight, and hopefully this helps. And if you need to, if you haven't seen the first video, I recommend you go back and watch that as well. and put that all together, the mental, emotional, and energetic components. And yes, I look forward to teaching you how to shield. So contact me. Okay. Take care of yourself for me. I'll see you on Monday.